video is a direct follow-up to what I learned from losing my grad school best friend, but you don't have to watch that video to get a full story here. Long story short, I had a guy best friend who carried a torch for me and wouldn't take no for an answer. I stopped wanting to be friends with him after he kissed me, but as is often the case, I wasn't friends with him in isolation. We agreed not to tell anybody what happened and move on, but what actually happened was that he betrayed my trust a second time by telling our mutual friend Andrea, and I found myself on my back foot. I went to one gathering with all of them after the incident but before winter break, and it felt almost normal. But after winter break, when I'd had time to think about and process everything that had happened, I felt differently. I wanted nothing to do with him, even in a group setting. I'd been willing to put the first boundary crossing behind us, but the second time was too much. Andrea and her friends seemed to understand my desire for distance from him, and even suggested that they could hang out with him separately from when they hung out with me. I was so grateful. They already had plans with him that weekend, so I decided to study alone and asked if they were maybe free the next weekend. Andrea said yes, and I looked forward to it until Thursday. On Thursday, I got a text from Andrea explaining that the guy had reached out and asked if they were doing a study group that weekend, and that either she or one of her friends had said yes, but Chloe is coming. And he'd said, oh, no worries, I don't have a problem with Chloe. So she let him know the time and the place and reached out to me, letting me know that he was going to be there too. So now it was on me to suck it up and play nice with a guy who violated my boundaries and stressed me immensely to be around. I already had one class with him, and that's plenty to have to handle. I wasn't signing up for more on my days off. I tried to explain this to Andrea, but she turned a deaf ear to me. It turns out she didn't understand, and what's more, she didn't want to either. The last time I brought this up to her, she even said, I can't stand this. I thought I left all this behind in high school. This is high school shit. Not even. This is middle school shit. I still saw them occasionally after that because who else was I supposed to socialize with? But I stopped expecting them to care about me or to understand where I was coming from. When I tell this story, people tend to be surprised that these women would take this man's side over mine in something like this. But I think that it's pretty common in our society to trivialize the importance of boundaries. All they cared about was avoiding drama, so when I placed a boundary, they saw me as the source of the drama. What I learned from losing this friend group is that your boundaries are worth protecting, even if no one else understands them.